This is Michael T. Welcome to the Book Party Podcast weekly newsletter. This week we have 5 very talented authors we will interview from October 2nd through October 6th. October 2nd, the podcast takes you on a journey through the forgotten corners of history. In this episode, we're diving into the compelling story of a remarkable woman whose legacy has been obscured by time, but whose voice resounds through the ages. I'm thrilled to introduce you to Cynthia Neal and her groundbreaking book, Catharine, Queen of the Tumbling Waters. And this is Catharine's Queen of the Tumbling Waters. What a fantastic book this is. Catharine, Queen of the Tumbling Waters. Through meticulous research and vivid storytelling, Cynthia Neal brings to life the extraordinary tale of Catharine Montour, a métis woman born during Pennsylvania's long peace in a world of shifting allegiances and tumultuous events. The Montour family emerges as an unconventional yet revered clan. Imagine home, a melting pot of fur traders, missionaries, indigenous peoples, and colonial leaders, all gathering under one roof. As the shadows of conflict loom over the land, Catharine's longing for a life of tranquil by the waterfall lakes an unexpected turn. The long peace led to the French and Indian War and later the American Revolution. Amidst these storms, Catharine Montour transforms from a quiet dreamer to a fearless, determined leader who fights for peace in her village and beyond. But it's not just battles and warfare that define Catharine's story. Join us as we journey through time to uncover the hidden truths of the early American history. As General John Sullivan's campaign threatens to erase Iroquois villages from the map, Queen Catharine stands tall, guiding her people with unwavering resolve. Today, as the echoes of Indigenous voices struggle for recognition in a world that often forgets, Cynthia Neal's masterful work sheds light on the indomitable spirit of Catharine Montour. Her story isn't just a recounting of the past, it's a call to recognize the shades of history that often remain unexplored. So buckle up for an enlightening journey into the pages of Catharine, Queen of the Tumbling Waters, a story that transcends time and bridges the gaps in our understanding of the past. Catharine, Queen of the Tumbling Waters, a absolutely fantastic novel. On October 3rd, Urmi Hossain is a Bengali by blood and Italian by birth. She works in the financial services industry in Canada, where she currently residing. She's a self-published author, speaker, blogger, polyglot, and mentor. She holds the CFA charter, one of the highest designations in the financial industry. Her first book is Discovering Your Identity, a rebirth from interracial struggle. She advocates women's empowerment, is passionate about teaching and mentoring other girls and women. She is part of Women Leadership for Victoria chapter in Canada as a social media lead, where she spreads the message of gender equality and more women in leadership positions. So the questions are, do you ever feel like the challenges you face as a brown girl are unique to you or experienced universally? Are you living in a culture where others control your life to maintain their reputation in the community? Do you feel like you're living in a bubble, unable to share your point of view? This book tells the story of a brown girl who grew up in Italy with Bengali parents who wanted her to be the perfect and obedient Bengali girl. Through reflections and confessions, she shares her experiences growing up as a third culture kid and the struggles many South Asian girls face. On October 4th, The travel bug has severely bitten author Karen Gershowitz. Since she flew Europe alone at age 17, her passion for travel and adventure has taken her to more than 90 countries. She reflects on how travel has changed her life in these engaging stories, whether it's picking through the worst meal of her life in Tanzania, eating transcendent strudel in Vienna, or bonding with locals in an isolated opal hamlet in Australia's outback. These stories captivate and entertain readers as they share in the defining moments that only travel can provide. Her book, Travel Mania Stories of Wanderlust, will inspire armchair travelers to become explorers and embolden everyone to be more courageous. This is how one woman found her strength, power, and passion. Travel is Karen's addiction. She doesn't want treatment. On October 5th, Book Party Podcast is fortunate to sit down with a mindful author. She's not only an author, but a speaker, coach, and creator, thriving leader collaborative. She believes that truly authentic leadership is achieved when we embrace our inner wisdom to overcome business challenges. As a neuromindfulness practitioner, Tara lives at the intersection of well being and leadership, has spent the last decade advising high performing Fortune 500 leaders on how to explore intuitive pathways to success. Prior to founding her company, she spent over 30 years as a senior executive in the healthcare and hospitality sectors, including various five-star hotels and advancing the guest model to patient care with the largest system in the United States, HCA. She earned her MBA in healthcare management, her professional coach certification, and is a certified neuromindfulness practitioner. I will introduce you to Tara Short and her book, The Words We Choose, A Guide to Why Words Matter. Now, this is the book right here, The Words We Choose, Your Guide to Why Words Matter. It's also another really, really good book, available on Amazon. Speak your truth, maximize your power of your voice, and deepen your connection with loved ones, colleagues, customers, and those who are unlike you. This book's stories, reflections, and activities empower you to choose words true to your values and intentions. Her book, The Words We Choose, Your Guide to How and Why Words Matter, transforms what you think in your head to align how you feel in your heart. For the greater good of all, your voice is a choice. On October 6th, to round out the week, Book Party Podcast has the opportunity to sit down with Edward DeGangi to discuss his new book, The Gift Best Given. The Gift Best Given is a great novel. Adopted at birth, Edward DeGangi was born and raised in New York City. Although he knew for most of his life that he was adopted, it wasn't until he approached 70th birthday that he began to search for the identity of his birth mother. His journey and many surprising discoveries he made as he searched recounted his memoir, The Gift Best Given. A son's search, a story of adoption, search, discovery, and reunion set against a backdrop of glamorous ice skating spectaculars of the 1940s. The Best Given, a memoir, recounts the author's search as he approached his 70th birthday for the identity of the woman who had placed him for adoption, a time of his birth, and the many surprising discoveries he made. The mother's journey in the Gift Best Given memoir captures 5 years of a young woman's life. Leaving home in New York City at 17 amid World War II, she traveled alone across the country to pursue her dream of becoming a professional ice skater. After crisscrossing the country as her career ascended 5 years later, she recently returned to New York, unexpectedly pregnant, known only to her eldest sister and her sister's husband. The gift best given a memoir read about the author's search for and discovery of his roots. This reunion with his new family and his tribute to the firm, independent women who, guided by her moral compass, brought him into this world. To close out this newsletter, Book Party Podcast has a special announcement. Due to the high demand of authors desiring interviews, beginning October 16th, the Book Party Podcast will broadcast twice daily, once at 8 a.m. Eastern Time and again at noon Eastern Time, with 2 authors a day. This is Michael T. signing off.